Hi everyone, my name's Vicky Hobbs. I know some of you that are in the group already. I'm just going to do a really quick webinar because it looks like nobody has been able to join the webinar tonight, and that could be for a number of reasons. You might just be waiting for the recording. So what I'm going to do is just go through some important points that you need to be aware of in the Back to Basics Birthing workshop. It's really important that you keep going back and revisiting the different modules, and if you're not sure of anything, then definitely get in touch with me, because I'm really open to having a chat or answering emails. It'd be really good if you could ask questions in the support group, so that if anybody else is wanting to have the information about the same question that you're asking, then it's really good to have that in the group. And then people can also do searches in the group for any sort of information that's been asked previously, so that they can keep referring back to that and having that as a really good resource as well. So I hope that you've all made a start on the course, and I hope you're really enjoying it and finding it informative and really interactive as well, because obviously I've provided activities for you to do. And I really want you to share again in the group all the things that you're doing, so that I can check in with you. If you've got any fears, if you've got any concerns, then we can go through that together. Okay. All right, so this is me. I'm a woman who's dedicated in supporting women to have the very best birth outcome that they can possibly achieve under the circumstances that you're faced with. So, I make it really clear in all my classes, particularly in the online course as well, that birth is unpredictable. But it's up to you to be educated. It's up to you to ask questions. It's your responsibility to do what you can to become educated, have resources at hand, do your research. If you're being told something at your antenatal appointments, then and you're not sure about it, then ask your obstetrician. Ask them what are they telling you? Why are they telling you certain things? How can you get more information? What can you do to make changes to make your birth, your labour and birth better? And only you can do that. I can give you all this information. I can give you ideas. I can make suggestions to you. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you and what you're prepared to do. And this is where, this is where I've put this slide in. You can only do what you're prepared to do. You need to trust in your body. You need to release all stress and tension. You need to let go of all those fears and doubts. And, this is why I've created this online course. A lot of you probably know that I do the Hypnobirthing Australia classes as well, which I really love. But, the hypnobirthing classes are quite limited as to what I can share with you. And, I had so much information and so much experience. And as a doula, I work with women before their birth and during their pregnancy, to ensure that, they are feeling confident, they are feeling, excited about their birth, about their impending birth, about becoming a mother, particularly if you're a first-time mum. And but it's also important to recognise that, childbirth is hard work, and that's why it's called labour. So, there's so many tools and techniques in the online course that I've shared with you to help you have an easier labour, maybe a pain-free labour. Again, all women are different. All women are unique. Every pregnancy and every labour and every birth is a unique experience. So even if this is your second or third birth, and your first birth may not have been what you hoped for, and that's why you've decided to do more preparation and become educated about the things that you can do. I think it's really important to recognise that birth is unpredictable, and by being educated, you can give yourself the very best chance of, you know, a really positive, calm birth, no matter how your baby chooses to be born. You know, I've actually worked with women who have ended up having cesarean sections for whatever reason, and they've, you know, still felt that their birth was a really incredible experience. Mainly because, you know, they continue to do their breathing, they continue to do light touch massage, they continue to have those positive affirmations going over and over in their head, to allow them to still feel confident and, you know, and not have that fear, not have that disappointment. Okay, so again, there's so many things that you can do to make your birth experience a really positive, you know, beautiful birth experience, no matter how your baby chooses to be born. And the key is your baby coming out into a beautiful, calm, peaceful environment, you know. And when you've got mum and dad, you know, together, or if it's, you know, same-sex couples together, and you're feeling really confident, and, you know, you're feeling that love around you and between the two of you, and then that's being transferred through to your baby, I think that creates that beautiful, peaceful, calm birthing environment as well. And you can have that even if you go in for a cesarean section. So, you know, hopefully when you go through the modules, you'll have lots of different tools and techniques, like I said, to give you that confidence, to help you birth without doubt and without fear. We know that the biggest inhibitor of labour and birth is fear, you know, that 4-letter word, that F word. And so I really want you to feel that you can release that fear, that you can go through and you know, work out what your fears are. What are your partner's fears? Because this is really important as well, because if your partner has fears, then that fear is going to be projected to you during labour and birth as well. So it's really important that your partners are involved in being educated, looking at the research, you know, following up any sort of things that they're not sure about, making sure that if they have any questions, that, you know, you ask in the group as well, because I'm really wanting to work with partners as well to ensure that they're feeling really confident, looking forward to, you know, you going into labour and having tools and techniques that they can use to help you feel strong and help you feel like, you know, you can do anything. And when dads are involved, that creates that beautiful bond between the two of you, and really helps you to feel connected, you know, feel like that he or she has a really important role to play in your labour and birth, and then for the start of the postpartum period as well, becoming new parents, recognising that the things that you do during labour and birth can really help during the postpartum period as well. Things like massage, listening to relaxation music, you know, during your breastfeeding, they can be doing acupressure points to help with your milk letdown. You know, all these really simple, basic things that can really play a huge role in helping you, you know, during your labour, during your birth, during the postpartum period, you know, and the weeks and the months after your birth as well, when, you know, you become a mum, you know, you become a parent, and, you know, that can be quite overwhelming as well. So having tools and techniques that you can utilise after birth, you know, can play a really important role as well. So I want you to really get your partners on board, get them watching the videos, get them reading through the workbooks, looking at the birth videos that I've included, doing the activities as well, and talking with each other, and you know, talking about your fears, about your concerns, and doing the fear release hypnosis that I've included in the online course as well. So if you do have any fears, you know, and particularly if you're based in Perth, then you can organise a one-on-one session with me. We can book an appointment and look at going through your fears. I've actually created a really beautiful fear release hypnosis that I do with my clients that I do face to face. You know, and I record that on your phone, so then you can continue to listen to that at any time, and you can also listen to that during your labour and birth. So, you know, if those scary thoughts or those fears or concerns start popping up, which can inhibit your labour, then it's really important that you have something that's going to allow you to release those as well. Now, we know that birth is not only about making babies. Birth is about making mothers, strong, competent, capable mothers who trust themselves and know their inner strength. So this is a really classic quote by Barbara Katz-Rothman, who was a childbirth educator as well. And, you know, it really is about making mothers. You know, the way a woman is treated during her labour and birth really determines her postpartum experience. So if a woman is feeling like she's supported, if she feels like she's being listened to, if she feels like, you know, she's got all these tools and techniques to really help her feel strong and feel confident and trust, and, you know, again, releasing and letting go any fears, doubts, concerns, tension, stress, all of those things that inhibit the labour hormones, but also during the postpartum period as well. Like I keep saying, the postpartum period is really important as well, and we need to make sure that a woman is experiencing a really positive, calm birth, you know, all through her labour. And this is where the dads play a really important role as well, is in protecting that space, making sure that the woman, you know, feels comfortable in her environment. If you have a midwife or an obstetrician that's not really on board and not really listening to the mum, then she's going to sense that, you know, that disappointment, and, you know, she doesn't want to start feeling like she's a burden on anybody. And particularly if, you know, even the partners, if you're feeling a bit fearful or stressed during the labour, then she's going to pick up on that and then start worrying about you, as opposed to, you know, really focusing on herself and focusing on her body and what's happening in her body, and, you know, where is her baby at. You know, so the more you're helping her to relax, be calm, feel safe, because feeling safe and supported is one of the key things during labour. And once a mum feels safe, feels respected, then she will really start to go within herself and start trusting in her body and trusting in her baby, and, you know, all the process that goes with, you know, labour and birth. So one of the important things I want you to really focus on, and I want you to download this poster, this affirmation from the online course. My goal is to have a positive, calm birth and to release and let go. I want you to start thinking about what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel calm, relaxed, positive, what will help you to release and let go. So I've already mentioned about, you know, doing the fear release and feeling that at any point when those fears start popping up, you're able to let them go. You're able to go into your subconscious mind and really work through all those folders in your, I don't know why these slides keep progressing without me doing it, but sorry about that. I'll just keep bringing them back. I really want you to think of your mind, and I talk about this in the mind-body connection section. You know, thinking about your mind, your subconscious mind, as this massive filing room, and everything that you've ever thought, felt, seen, heard, smelt, you know, all the five senses. So I'm really big on the five senses. Everything that you've ever experienced in your life gets stored away in your subconscious mind. And that's why at certain times, you know, a smell will trigger a memory. That could be either a good memory or a not so good memory. Okay, so we know that smell can trigger responses in the body. So this is why I'm really big on the 5 senses, and I go through each one of those 5 senses to try and give you some tools and techniques to help you condition your mind for positive birth, for a relaxed, calm birth, you know, to allow your muscles to release and let go, so that you can experience, you know, that positivity through your birth. You can experience joy and happiness through your pregnancy. And, you know, and this is why I use this affirmation, because I think that this is your starting point. Okay, your goal is to have a positive, calm birth and to release and let go. So you're releasing all stress and tension. You're letting go of all fears and doubts. And that is definitely going to create that positive, calm birth experience, no matter, again, no matter how your baby chooses to be born. So I really want you to focus on this and make sure that you're working on your subconscious. You're drawing out any of those negative thoughts. If you do have a negative thought, you're thinking to yourself, okay, that was an old thought. I'm letting that go and I'm replacing that thought with something really positive. Okay, and that could just be, you know, saying over and over again what your goal is. My goal is to have a positive, calm birth and to release and let go. So I want you to have this poster printed out. I want you to have it somewhere where you can look at it. You know, just look at that beautiful, calm water. Imagine just sitting on the jetty there, you know, hanging your feet over and just looking at the beautiful sunset or sunrise, and you know, and just feeling that beautiful calmness all around you. I want you to really focus on the mind, the body, the emotions, and your spirit. Okay, because when your mind and your body and your emotions are all in balance together, then you will create this beautiful synergy of energy all around you, which will help you to continue to feel really positive and calm about your pregnancy, about your birth, about your whole experience, you know, as a birthing woman. So definitely print this out. Have it where you can see it regularly, and really keep referring to that. And when you do have those doubts, I really want you to think to yourself, you know, what is my goal? My goal is to have a positive, calm birth and to release and let go. My goal is to let go of all those fears and doubts. You know, my goal is to release all that stress and tension in my body, making sure that your muscles are nice and loose, so that, you know, there's no tension that's you know, tightening around your baby and making it really uncomfortable for your baby while in the womb. We want that beautiful womb to be comforting and supporting your baby and keeping your baby safe, and, you know, safe from negative thoughts and feelings and negative energy as well. So I'm very big on energy. So you are a woman waiting to hold the greatest achievement of your life in your arms, and that is your baby. You know, your baby is going to be in your arms at some point. I don't know where you're all at in your pregnancies. So what I'm going to do is invite you into the support group to tell me a little bit about yourself, about your pregnancy, how things have been going, where you're, you know, how many weeks you are, and also, you know, where you're going to be birthing and what kind of birth you're hoping to have, whether that, you know, that could be a home birth, it could be a hospital birth, it could be birthing centre, you know, lots of different options for women. Now, if you don't know what your options are, then definitely ask in the group. And, you know, I'm sure that everyone will be able to share what they're doing. You do have options. Don't just think that you need to go to an obstetrician. Remember that an obstetrician is a trained surgeon. Okay, so obstetricians are surgeons. Midwives are the ones that are highly trained and skilled in birth. Okay, and obstetricians are the ones that are looking for all the risks. So there's lots of options out there, not just obstetricians. I want you to really be focusing on, again, that positive, calm birth experience. I want you to be thinking about holding your newborn in your arms, looking into their eyes, feeling their skin against your skin. And this is, you know, another important part of the birthing process is that skin-on-skin contact immediately after birth. You know, smelling your baby. So in this picture, we've got mum holding baby, you know, immediately after birth, and dad's there and, you know, really connecting with mum, connecting with baby. But baby's got a hat on. So we don't want hats on babies. When you've got that skin-on-skin contact, babies don't need a hat on because mum will be helping baby to regulate their temperature. So get that hat off so that mums can be looking down at their baby. They can smell those beautiful baby smells coming from their baby. And that is going to increase, you know, the neural pathways in your brain center to connect in with your baby, to remember your baby, not that you'd ever forget. But, you know, the smell of baby is just so important for bonding. So I really want you to keep those hats for babies, have that skin-on-skin contact, fill your nostrils with your baby's smell, and just, you know, just recognise how amazing you are as a birthing woman. You are very powerful, no matter how, again, no matter how your baby chooses to be born. You know, just the fact that you've carried this baby in your womb, you've nurtured this baby, you've looked after this baby, you've grown this baby inside you for such a long time. You know, but just being fully connected with that baby 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for however long, you know, you're going to be pregnant for. So I want you to really recognise the miracle that you've created here, and, you know, just understand how amazing you are as a woman. And that is my biggest thing is, you know, supporting women to feel supported during birth. You know, as much as I love babies, you know, I'm not there for the baby. You know, the baby gets loads of attention after they're born, you know, from the mum, from the dad, from family members. But I really want to see women claim their power. I really want women to know that they are just superhumans. They're super women. You know, you create this baby inside you and you nurture it for such a long time. You give birth to this baby and then you bond with this baby and then you continue to nurture this baby. So I really want you to start recognizing just how incredible you are as a woman, okay? And say to yourself, I am a woman. I am so powerful, you know, and the more you start thinking about how powerful you are and how skilled you are and how incredible you are, the more you'll start believing that as well. Now, in each module, I really cover all these different areas. So the mind, the body, the emotions, go through the stages of labour, looking at, you know, medical and natural induction methods, pain relief as well. I still need to finish off the video for the natural pain relief and post that into the platform. But I've almost finished putting that together, so that'll be up and ready very soon. I want to thank you for choosing my online course and trusting in the information that I'm presenting to you and providing to you, and I really hope that you get a lot out of it. I hope that you will start listening to the meditations, the relaxation hypnosis, and, you know, really starting to work on your mind, your body, your emotions, and providing yourself with you know, everything you need to give birth, everything you need to feel strong and confident. And that's all you need to do. You just need to feel empowered, and only you can empower yourself. The way you do that is by being educated, by reading, by listening, by asking questions. And this is why it's so important for you to ask me questions in the group. I really want this group to be interactive. I really want you, when you have fears and concerns, to contact me. When you need more information, like if you go to your antenatal appointments and you're not quite sure what your obstetrician, is talking about, or your midwife has mentioned to you, then just ask me and I'll be able to provide you with evidence-based information, and I'll send that through and put it on the group as well. If you're feeling a little bit, you're not too sure about asking questions in the group, then by all means, drop me an email and say, look, I wanted some information about XYZ. Can you provide that? And what I'll do is I'll actually anonymously put that question into the group and then provide the answers, so that everybody can enjoy the resources that are there as well. Now, what I want you to do, I was hoping that there would be people in the webinar, so that I could get a couple of you to maybe share what you feel a positive birth experience is to you. But what I want you to do is, just over the next 24 hours, I want you to think about positive birth. What does this mean to you? What do you expect? What do you hope for? And what do you want to do in terms of having a positive birth? What does it mean to you? How are you going to have a positive birth? Okay. What I want you to then do is, in the group, is just share that. So I want you to introduce yourself in the group. I'm going to put a post in there and invite everyone to do that. And then I want you to share what positive birth means to you. Okay, so that's pretty easy. And then I can go through and just read some of those comments. So nobody asked me any questions beforehand, and obviously there's no one in the webinar to ask me any questions. So I'm going to leave that open in the group as well. And I'm obviously going to post the link to the video so everyone can have a listen. And hopefully for the next webinar, which will be next week, I'll get you all on board. Just let me know if there's a better time, better day that we can do webinars. I really would like to get some involvement. And this is an opportunity. You've got me live, so it means that you can ask me questions, and I can share my experience and knowledge, or if I don't know something, then I will find out or do the research and find out, and then obviously share that information with you as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed listening to the recording and your homework. So again, I want you to introduce yourself in the group and tell me, what does positive birth mean to you? And in your introduction, I want you to include, how many weeks pregnant you are, where you're birthing, and obviously what does positive birth mean to you. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed this, and we'll make contact for the next webinar as well. Okay, lovely to do this, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to speak to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.